Hello and welcome to a new video. We are today heading out in this beautiful Volvo EX30 that my friend Vanessa in there got on test this week. And we're taking a road trip. We're gonna go to Frankfurt and to Cologne, and we're gonna meet some friends, and we're gonna drive more cars and all of that. That's gonna be in this video, at least about this car. If there's another car, there might be another video. All the tech specs about this are gonna follow on the way, because we gotta go. We need to be in Frankfurt in an hour and 45 minutes, so we gotta hurry because it's a 2-hour drive. So yeah, let's speed up and go there, and as on our first stop I'm gonna give you my first impressions about the drive. Okay, so we are like 10 kilometers into our trip maybe, and I've got some first thoughts, and they're very positive. So the driving is super awesome. It's comfortable, it's nice to drive. I'm currently driving on driver assist with lane centering, and it's really confident. The only system that is more confident that I know of is, of course, the Tesla system, but every other system is less confident towards me with how stiff the steering wheel feels in the lane. So that's really good. Materials are good as well, but we're gonna go into that later. I'm gonna be a bit unconventional because of time things. So we're doing the driving part first, and later on we're gonna look at the materials and the interior and stuff. The one-pedal driving is pretty good. It's not braking until standstill in my experience. So it is, but it is doing it slower. I didn't experience it yet. I was too fast maybe. But if you're going, like if you're used to one-pedal driving in the Tesla, it feels like it doesn't brake until standstill. Yep. Then what did I want to say as well? Acceleration is pretty good, but it ramps in the power. So if you're going full throttle, it needs some time to ramp up to that full 300 something kilowatts of power.
428.
428 kilowatts, or?
Oh no, wait, 310, I think.
310 kilowatts, yeah, that sounds about right. So it ramps in, so you can't do a full throttle launch with full power. Maybe it's gonna do it with the brake pedal pressed, but we didn't test that out yet. It has a rear wiper, which is pretty cool, I would say. Most brands are like letting them out of the car for cost reasons. They didn't. That's nice. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I think I wanted to say something more, but I forgot, so gotta do that later on. We are coming up to our first charging stop. We're down to 26-ish%. The car predicts 74 kilometers of range. And why does one-pedal driving not work, even though I was on the pedal? So yeah, it doesn't do anything after disabling cruise control and not driving yourself for like more than some kilometers an hour. It's weird. I didn't understand it quite yet completely. Otherwise, it's all fine. Yeah, 5 minutes, 6.8 kilometers to go to the Supercharger that we're navigating to, because this car had some problems when charging at different chargers, and we didn't figure out quite yet what the problem is. Some Alpitronic hyperchargers do work, some don't. It seems to not be a software issue, it seems something else, but yeah, we don't know what it is. And the Superchargers did work, so we're just gonna go there because that's a safe choice. Yeah, otherwise I'm pretty happy with the car. It drives super comfortable. Cruise control works pretty well. The only thing with cruise control I don't like is you can't set your distance to the car in front of you with those controls here. At least we didn't figure out how. So you do have to go into the menu and set that all up in the driver assistance settings. But other than that, it works pretty well. The lane assist, as I said, is working super fine. The acceleration is great. It has a lot more acceleration on cruise control than Tesla does, which I do like a lot. And yeah, it's pretty good. It has a lane change assist, but that doesn't work too well in my experience, at least, or in my driving style. It's a bit slow, or it cancels lane changes, automatic lane changes, and you have to do them yourself. So yeah, kind of weird. So I disabled it again to do them myself, because it then auto re-enables lane assist, which works awesome. And yeah, then it's not a problem. So yeah, 3.8 kilometers to go to the charger. Then we're gonna top up to maybe 70% or so, and then continue on to Frankfurt to pick up more people and have a nice day with multiple cars. We got 25% now on arrival at the Supercharger. Let's jump out. I already parked into here, and we got the car with a good charge port on the right side, or on the native side. We do have some charging flaps here. I'm, as everyone knows, not a big fan of those. I don't like them, but I kind of parked too close to the Supercharger for that door to open. Let's grab that boy and plug it in. And of course, plug and charge won't work, so I'm gonna authorize stall 2D real quick. Okay, I just authorized, so let's see. That should be, yeah, we're charging 1 hour to 100%. We can hear the Supercharger cabinet ramping up. Let's see, do we see charging speed in here, or do I need to look in the app? I don't think we can see that here. No notifications. Nope, doesn't show here. We're up to 84% state of charge. That's way enough. Let's stop charging and let's see if the car unlocks the charge port itself. But I see we got a button here. Do we? No, that's not a button, that's just an LED, but we can unplug. So that's great. Let's put those things back in. Okay, looking good. Let's close that up. Then we can hop back in. We're swapping drivers, so I'm gonna hop in the back seat. And yeah. Then, oh my god. Then we're gonna go to Frankfurt in just a bit. We just talked to a nice guy we met here at the Supercharger and showed him around the car, and he was pretty pumped about it, so that's cool. Yeah, I think half an hour or maybe a bit more to go, and then we should be in Frankfurt. And we just arrived at the second test car of the day, the beautiful Ioniq 6 there. You're gonna see that one in another video coming up pretty soon. In this one we're gonna concentrate on this boy. Okay, so while we are parked here, let's have a quick look at the interior. You've seen me driving it already, so you've seen the steering wheel and everything. That's pretty nice, good materials, vegan leather and stuff. We got this pretty nice vertical screen in the center, with Google Android Automotive in here. That's pretty quick, that's quite nice. Working well for what we did until now, so that's all good. The seats are this fabric material. They are pretty comfortable, so even in the back I just sat there in the rear seat. It's not plenty of room, but it's okay. I wouldn't do that for for people long road trip, like more than a day. That wouldn't be too comfortable back there, but in the front here, that's all good. We got this recycling plastic material up here, those nice vents as well, those are pretty good. The cup holders, you can put them in and also all the way back in, but not with a cup in there. Those are real buttons, but with capacitive sensors on there to see what you are, or to sense what you are really pressing when pressing this one whole button. So it's partly capacitive. It's not too bad, but could be a bit better. Also, the piano black always gets dirty so quickly, so not a big fan of that. That material up here is pretty nice. We also got soft fabric up here. We got the same recycling material here. We got like recycled plastic with those bits in there in the door and also down here everywhere pretty much. We got softer or more fabric. It's similar to the seat, a bit harder because it's not foamed up or anything, but it feels pretty nice. Also all the way down there. The door pockets are pretty narrow though, so you can't get too much in here. Half liter plastic bottle is pretty much all you can fit in there. Then you got your nice armrest, that's pretty comfortable, and nice material. That's not even, it doesn't want to be leather. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but it's feeling good. That's foamed up a bit and soft touch. What else do we have? Those nice door handles are pretty good. We got only that one soundbar up there. No more speakers in the door or in the back, so that's all you can get. You got nice rearview mirror, also the nice side mirrors that you know from the Polestar, or other Volvo cars, of course. You have your stalks, that's pretty good. Nothing special here. As I said, you got a rear wiper, that's pretty good. You got even more storage down there for a lot of stuff. Wireless charger and place for another phone. 2 USB-C ports down there. You got your window switches in the center. So there's pretty much nothing in the door to keep that clean and simple and with not too many wires, only for the mirrors and the door lock unlock thing. You got a switch between front and rear with this button, and you can unlock and lock your car from here. You can't, can you? No, you can't open this up, but you got a lot of storage down there. And let's jump in the back. Sitting behind me, I'm 177 tall, so I got a lot of room behind myself. I can lounge here a bit, so that's all good. If I'm sitting comfortably, I can put my feet under my seat, under the driver's seat, and pretty much all the legs are on the seat, so that's all good. You don't have a center armrest. There's nothing here. You also don't have any cup holders back here. That I don't like too much, but you got 2 USB-C ports and also your window switches in the center console. You put it down and the window goes down, and it goes all the way down, so that's pretty good. Put it back up. Those door pockets are basically useless. You can put some paperwork in here maybe, or trash, but that's about all you can put in here because there's no room for a bottle that's full. Can't say it any differently. Otherwise, the same armrests as in the front. You got your phone pocket in here and like A4 paper stuff would fit in there, like a magazine or stuff. Then you can get this out. Also, you have this nice little scribbles down there. That's pretty sweet. And of course, your panoramic roof, glass roof. That's pretty nice. But yeah, comfortable in the back. Behind myself, I could sit even better than behind the passenger seat because it's further back. Got your nice Swedish flag over here. That's pretty good. And finally, let's have a look in our trunk, which is pretty full. We got a lot of stuff in there. But as you can see, there's a lot of room. It's like 300 something liters. I gotta ask Vanessa. She knows all the numbers and stuff. So we can update you there in just a sec. But you can fit a lot of stuff in there. You could go with like 3 to 4 people with their bags or trolleys in the back. So that's all good. Close this up again. Also, let's stop that right there. You got this nice picture here, what you can fit in the car. So it really is just an IKEA car, because it tells you what you can fit in here. And that's pretty good. I do like that a lot. Okay, let's close this. And let's take one final look at the frunk. You have to pull this 2 times. Gotta show the frunk. Let's have a quick look. Not too big, but easily enough for a charging cable. It doesn't stay open. You have to hold it, so that's not a one-handed operation. But enough room for a charging cable. Type 2 cable fits in there, or the EVSE with the Schuko plug or something. Also the elk in here, and nice little Volvo car down there. Pretty nice, just as in the rear center console thing. Yeah, otherwise there's not too much in the front, but that's enough, I would say. Yeah, closing it up, pretty good. Clean up here. You got your windshield washer fluid stuff, and you can close it one-handed. That's pretty nice. Nice doors hammer here. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all what I wanted to show you, to have a broad overview of the car. This is the top spec, everything you can get in here. There's no more option that's not in there, so that's all you can get. And I think it's 55,000 euros purchasing price, but that's still pretty fine. That's a good deal, and you can get it for as low as 36,000, I think, so not too bad. 11 kilowatt AC, 150-ish DC, and you can really get it. You get 40-ish kilowatt at 80%, you get 70-ish at 70%, I think it was. So it's a pretty nice and flat curve, not going down too fast, way better than in the Polestar. Charge up pretty quickly, and a consumption of 21-ish on the Autobahn. That's pretty good. Can't complain about that. So yeah, let's see what else we do with this car today. I'll update you what's going on and what we're doing. Alright, I kinda lost that footage, but we are currently here at the Hornbach, and we want to go to Kirspe, to the Ionic Forest. So let's quickly use charging time here to plan our route. We want at least 4 stalls with at least 150 kilowatts, and with our default settings of at most 1.5 kilometers away from the route. So let's tap calculate route and see what it suggests us where we should charge. And I think 100 kilometers to go would be a good distance. So let's select the Supercharger here, because we know the EX30 can use that Supercharger. And we see there's a Burger King and stuff, so that's pretty nice. If you want to find out more about charging time and what that is, and what you can gain with my coupon code or discount code Niko30, then you can just check out this video over there, where I explain everything of that and where you can get all the details. Otherwise, you can download the app with the link down in the description, and as I said, get about 30% discount with my code on the first year of the premium annual subscription. Yeah, let's swipe right here to plan the stop. We could tap share and address to send that location to the car if I had app access to it, but I don't. So we're just gonna put that in manually in the navigation system, and then we can head out. Good shit, we got the supercharger in here, 104 kilometers to go. We're gonna be there with 23%, so let's head out, I would say. Where do we need to go? To our left, probably. So I hope the guys are following us in the Ioniq 6. If not, then we're gonna wait for them. And yeah, let's see how we get there and how that all works. But the car drives awesome, so I'm really happy to take that there. Where do we need to go to exit this? I think all the way over there. That's really weird. I don't think we're supposed to go here, but what the frick? Can't go there, we gotta go. That's a weird road. All right. Yeah, let's head out and head to Supercharger Wilnsdorf, which is a V2. Let's hope that's open to all. Can you check if that supercharger is public? But I think that should go quite good. Pretty much all superchargers are public in Germany, so wouldn't worry too much. Okay, we're currently going 160-ish on the Autobahn in the left lane, and I would say the driving dynamics are awesome. The wind noise is okay for the speed. I wouldn't complain about that. It's all right. You can pretty much normally talk, or at least normally for the speed. Most cars I'm mostly driving are around that noise level, so that's pretty good. I do like that a lot. And it's also still at 180 kilometers an hour. It's pushing forward like it's nothing. You can really feel the 320 kilowatts pushing us forward, overtaking the Ioniq 6. And it's just on the road without any wind coming from the side pushing us over. It feels really safe. I do like the driving with high speeds. So that's well-tuned driving system thing. Just got our friend in his Model 3 Highland, and while we were pushing it on the Autobahn with a bit of speed, I thought, why is there not that much getting out from the accelerator pedal? And turns out we're down to 17% state of charge, so that's why. We're gonna be arriving at the supercharger with 15% state of charge in just a sec, like 7 minutes, 8 kilometers to go, and here's 130 limit anyway, so we're gonna get over and save some of our remaining juice. So yeah, pretty much almost there. Our friends in the Ioniq 6 are somewhere behind us. We kind of left them behind because when it was de-restricted, I was ripping it. So, whoops! But yeah, pretty nice. Let's head to the supercharger and meet up with our friend in the Highland. And I should slow down a bit. Okay, we just arrived at the supercharger with 16% state of charge, so let's get this plugged in. That's really good, we have so many iPhones here, so I can just take one to charge. Let's go into the Tesla app right here and select charge your other EV and select the Wilnsdorf charger, charge here. So we just swap chargers real quick. We are at 4A. Let's start charging. Looking good. Plug in to start. I'm too far away. Freaking hell. Oh no. Alright, so now, close enough. Let's plug in and hope that this works. That doesn't look too healthy here. Are we charging? May take up to 2 minutes to start charging. Yep, that's right. Let's see. Cable connected, waiting. I hope they are communicating. I hope that waiting means communicating. Ah yeah, here we go. Initializing charging. Looking good. V2 always takes a bit longer. Let's hope this Tesla doesn't plug into 4B, but maybe they do. I don't know. That's taking some time. And we're charging. Looking good. Done in 3 hours. Let's hope that ramps up. Just a bit. Here we go. 60 kilowatts, 59. I don't know if we are stall limited or if the car is just ramping up slowly. Yeah, let's hope that ramps up for a bit because we need the juice. We're pretty much good to go. We're like 80-ish%, I think. Sadly, I don't have the second phone right now here, so I'm just gonna stop the charge because this button is no button. I'm gonna stop the charge, unplug, and then we're ready to clean the windshield because that's full of dead bugs. And then we're gonna go to the gas station to clean it, and then we're gonna head to the Ionic Forest. Just stopped charging, that unlocked automatically, that's all good. Let's put that back in here. Also the handle's quite warm, so non-liquid cooled cables are not perfect for that use case. Get those flaps back in and close it up. I guess I'm gonna continue driving. Jumping in here, let's head over to the gas station. Let's grab this boy. Good. Also the camera and the corners. Also from the other side. I hope you can hear some things I say because it's hella windy here. We can't get all of that away, but that's fine. The other guys also want me to clean the windshield. No! That sounded good. Looking good. Nice. Windshield is looking clean again. That's pretty nice. Let's get that in gear and head out. Nice. I also had to clean the Model 3's windshield because they couldn't be bothered to get out of the car. But yeah, now we can see out the car out the window of the car, sure. Let's just follow them because I have no idea where we need to go. So we're just ripping it. We're at 78% state of charge, 188 kilometers on the gasometer. I'm not sure if it's a gasometer or if it's rated range. Yeah, or if it's rated range. I'm not sure if it is depending on our driving style. No idea. But yeah, let's get back on the highway and this way, yep, and see that we get to the Ionic Forest. Alright, we arrived at the Ionic Forest, which is somewhere back there, so we gotta go off-road somehow. Now we got 3 nice cars parked in the middle of nowhere in a dirt patch with nothing around it. I don't know what's going on.
Not yet. There will be trees.
Yeah, let's see about that. We kind of found the Ionic Forest, as you can see on this sign. Welcome to Ionic Forest, but we got no idea how we gotta get in there, because here's a fence and we're on the fence, but that doesn't help us. So let's maybe try to find an entrance, maybe up there or so, I don't know. Look at this mess. All of the cars just parked around there like chaos, but I love it. So fun to drive with multiple EVs, so nice. We're just about to plug in the Volvo again. But again, we parked too far away from the stall. This time it's not my fault. This time I wasn't driving this one, I was driving the Ionic. But yeah, that looks good. Just right next to the line, then the cable should fit. Let's see, all the way back to the bumpers here. And then yeah, that's great. Just about long enough. Let me just authorize that real quick. And then we're good to go. We are initiating and we're charging. Speeds should ramp up in just a sec. Yeah, and we can hear the fans spinning. That's perfect. We're currently on our way back from Hilden towards Frankfurt for dinner. And I'm in the back of the Volvo EX30. And you can see the climate control is at 22 degrees. Pretty nice, but here in the back, we don't have any vents. So it's a bit colder back here, I would say, because the airflow doesn't reach. So yeah, that's to keep in mind if you have any pets or kids or anything back here. That's not getting any fresh air, just the air that's coming from the front towards the back. Nothing here in the center console or in the doors or in the ceiling or anything. Of course you can open the windows, but that's not what you want from your climate control. So that's pretty interesting that they didn't put something like that in the back. That might have been quite nice. Just a little outlet maybe here in the center where you have this hook thing. I don't know what it's for. Maybe they could have put a vent in there to let some air out, but that's how it is. Pretty interesting. Just noticed that. We are, as I said, on our way back from Hilden towards Frankfurt, and we need to charge because we're going to be arriving with 10% and we don't want to let the car park for that long with that low state of charge. So I put in the address from our current location in the Charging Time app, and again it shows us all the available charging stations here. Let's see, we want to charge maybe somewhere shortly before Frankfurt, and if we want to make sure everything works, we could go to Ashberg Supercharger, because we know superchargers work. That's not too far away. That's 150 kilometers to go there. It's basically just before we arrive at the restaurant. I think that is a good idea. Normally I would try not to use only superchargers, but as this car kinda doesn't like to charge with every charging station, we just want to make sure that we can charge. Otherwise we could go to NBW or Allego or something. But just to be sure everything works, I would suggest we go to the Supercharger in 148 kilometers. You can also see, yeah, 16 stalls. We got the Burger King. I don't know why it's in there 2 times. There's a KFC and a Pizza Hut. Even though it doesn't say here, I can add that. Yeah, let's do this, I would say. Sadly, we can't send it to the car because we aren't signed in, but let's just say, hey Google, navigiere zu Tesla Supercharger Eschborn, which I need to say in Germany and in German because the car is in German. So we want to go there. Looking good. Charging for 10 minutes sounds good as well. And then we should be arriving with 14%. That's pretty perfect. Yeah, if we were connected to CarPlay, we could also do that in the car screen to look for the chargers, but that's a bit difficult from back here. So maybe we're gonna try that later on our way home. But yeah, works, awesome, really like it. So that's great. Let's go to Eschborn Supercharger. As we're just talking about platforms and everything, the Volvo EX30 that we're riding in is basically the same car, or at least the same platform as the Smart #1, which I didn't get to test yet, and the Zeekr X, which I had a static view, which I can link you up there somewhere. I don't know which side it is. So yeah, that's pretty much the same underpinnings, but completely different shells on top of that, with different interiors, different styling, different suspension, I guess also, but I'm not sure because I didn't drive the #1 or the Zeekr X, so I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. Maybe we're gonna get to drive them in the future. Then we're gonna look back to this video and have a comparison to that. We just arrived at the Supercharger with 17%, so let's jump out and get them plugged in and ripping. Let's hope the cable's long enough. I don't think that will reach, but let's see, maybe I'm wrong. That's too tight. Again, need to go back like 2 centimeters all the way to the bump. Yep, that's looking better. Let's get those boys out of here and plug 2A in. Awesome. Let me just authorize that. Alright, just authorized. This should be turning green in just a sec. Yep, here we go. Communicating. Let's go. Tesla spinning up. And we are charging. Perfect. Getting good speeds there. We just unplugged with 45-ish% because we want food. We're hungry. So let's rip it to the restaurant. Should be there in 16 minutes. We're gonna get some time out of there. 8:55 to get there. I don't think so. I think that's gonna be a bit quicker. Let me see. Yep. Okay, can't do that anymore. Good. Let's head out.
Yes.
We just arrived with 8% state of charge at the Supercharger in Hemsbach. And there's also a lounge in there that we're gonna check out in just a sec. And I'm gonna, sorry for that camera work. I don't want to hit the stall. I'm gonna ask Vanessa for her phone so I can film. Hello.
Hey there. Where's my phony? There's
Somewhere.
My phony.
All right.
Here
Perfect.
you go, phony.
Let me just switch cameras real quick. Great. Let me, oh my god, too many phones, too many angles. Ghost. Charge your non-Tesla. And please locate me. We're at Hemsbach. Yes, charge here at 3A. 3A. Yes, start charging. Alright, looking good. I'm gonna put my phone up there, open up the charge port, get those flabbies out here, and grab that handle to kinda maybe get it plugged in. Looking good. Love that the Volvo has its charge port at the native Tesla location. So here we can see that it should be, yeah, here we go, initializing charging. And you can see me with the phone. And no, I'm not gonna go to bed because tomorrow is a holiday. So no need to go to bed early. And it looks like we are starting to charge. Yep, I can hear the supercharger ramping up the coolant pump. So we should hear the fans ripping in just a sec. 20 kilowatts? Come on, ramp, my boy. Come on. Give us the juice. 60. We should get up to 153 probably with lower voltage. Yep, now we should be around 100 kilowatts, I think. Or are we? 61. Ramping up really slowly. For whatever reason. Maybe too low state of charge. Well, that's interesting because we navigated here. Anyway, that's all fine. We're gonna charge until we can continue. We're gonna record a charge guide here because that's pretty nice. And we're gonna have a look inside there at the lounge. And yeah, then we can finally head towards home because it's getting late and we're getting tired. And was a whole day of driving around with this beautiful thing back there. Looking so good, that color's so nice. I think it's heating. I think the battery's cold. That's wild. Yeah, great. Let's juice up. We're currently inside the charger lounge here, and you gotta get up the stairs, and then you got this really pretty lounge here where you can just sit and enjoy your time. Go get some coffee, which is not too expensive for right next to the highway, even though it's pretty dark and in the middle of nowhere, and out there are some lights and stuff, but it's not the best location to go here at night and alone, so maybe not the best for that. But other than that, my watch is empty. So yeah, other than that, it's a pretty nice place to stay while you're charging. And we're at, I don't know, we did get our 150 something kilowatts, so that's all fine. Charging just maybe to 80-85%, something like that, so we can get home comfortably, and Vanessa can get home tomorrow, so she doesn't need to charge tomorrow morning, because that would be better. Yeah, so now we're just chilling here in the lounge until the car is fully charged, or close to that, and then we head home and straight to bed. We are charged up to something over 80%. So we're gonna go and unplug. I'm gonna film the lights and the chargers here for the charge guide, and then we can head out to the last bit of driving. It's also getting a bit cold out, as you can see. Yeah, let me take my charge guide, stop the charging, and head out. I just stopped charging and it unlocked, so let's put that back in. And let's not forget to close the charge port, because it won't happen by itself, because it's not electric, it's a manual one. Hopping back inside, and let's get home. I'm gonna update you with our final consumption stats and all of that when we're back home, because it's dark and you won't see anything anyway. So let's go. All right, we are back at home basically. Just have to say, this car is so awesome. Super great city runabout and also for longer drives, but you can go through cities without any problems because it's not too long, it's not too big. You can find parking spaces for this car. That's really good. Also consumption is not that bad. Today we drove 912 kilometers with an average consumption of 22.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers and an average speed of 84.9. That's really not bad. That's about the same consumption I had with my Model 3 on the highway to Hamburg, which of course I did drive pretty fast, but also the Model 3 is such a way more aerodynamic car than this boxy thing that you can see back there. No, you can't. But yeah, the EX30 is so much more boxy and less aerodynamic than the Model 3, and everyone knows that Tesla builds super efficient packages and platforms and cars, so that's really not bad. Also, that's from our last charging stop, and I really pushed the car on the first half of it, 29.9, but also 94 kilometers in about an hour is yeah, pretty fast. So yeah, I do like the car. The software is snappy, it works well, you can do a lot of things. It's quick, it's reactive, you can install apps because it's Android Automotive, and we didn't even test most of this because we had so much things to see and places to go today, sadly. But heated steering wheel, heated seat, all of that is really good. Also the sound is good for only the soundbar there in the front and no speakers in the back. So all in all, this is a really good package of a car. I really do like it, and I would take it for another week or two to just drive or take a vacation with it without any problem. Only thing is that it only charges with 157-ish kilowatts max. That's maybe a bit slow, but in daily driving that's not a problem. You can AC charge at home or at work, or you go to your local supermarket and charge there, and then it doesn't really matter, because if you get the 150 kilowatts from 10 or 20 to 60-ish% while you're in the supermarket for shopping, then it's really not a problem. Yeah, but for that you get a awesome, compact but comfortable and really well made car with awesome materials and fabrics and stuff. So yeah, I really would recommend to drive this car if you have the option to do so, and just test drive it, have a look at it and make your own thoughts. But I do like it. Really good one. Yeah, so that's my pretty extensive test of the EX30 in one day. Way more extensive than the Ioniq 6, which I was just able to drive for an hour maybe. But yeah, I would say that's been it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.